What up, everybody? Schmo say ready. What's cracking, Schmo? What's up, Tia? How you doing? Shane Fields, what's cracking? What's good? What y'all got going on today? Did you make the Atlanta United game? Yeah, I didn't make the championship game, but I made the game before they went to the championship. I was actually in Los Angeles when they played the championship game. I hated it. I missed it, man. Finally won a championship in Atlanta, and I went there to see it. I was disappointed, but I went at Los Angeles for my birthday. They played the game on the 8th. I got back on the 9th. But I did go to the game before the championship game. I'm telling you that the crowd, man, they off the chain. Lit, super lit, dumb lit, crazy lit. Thinking about getting me some season tickets next year, man. I love my Falcons, but the crowd in action at Falcons game can't even compare to United, man. It's not even close. But shout out to Atlanta United, man. They brought a championship to the city, to the state. We sure needed one. And they took the trophy to Magic City and the blue flame. You go on the internet, you can see them twerking on the trophy. So that was straight. That was all right. Smo says his lady underestimated soccer, try to get her to go. Yeah, man, a lot of people underestimated soccer, man. But man, I'm telling you, man, the atmosphere, just the crowd in action, ain't nothing like it, man. Even if you don't understand the game, I'm not gonna sit here in front and fake like I understand everything about soccer because I don't. But just being in the audience, as far as getting your money's worth, man, it ain't nothing like them Atlanta United games, man. I'm telling you. Hey, what's going on, Derek? So what y'all got going on Friday, man? Just came on here and answer some questions about wholesaling, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk to you, boy. Let me know what's cracking, what's going on. I see I ain't got my head in the shot. It's kind of like, oh well. I still got my glasses on today, man. Every time I do videos, I don't never wear my glasses. I guess I be trying to look a little younger. But I'm about blind as a bat, so I decided to put them on today. Not right now, Derek. That's probably what I'm gonna roll over and get into these next 2 years. Start doing some holding, man. I eventually want to start doing some flips, fixing flips. That's definitely one of my ultimate goals. But them rentals, man, that's where it's at. Like all my big money buyers, like my big money guys, when they be talking to me, give me some game, all of them say the same thing. Like, bro, the key to building your riches, you know what I'm saying, building your portfolio, get you some rentals, you know what I'm saying, that passive monthly income. So that's definitely coming. Also, the ones are in here now. I'm gonna post a link, y'all. I actually just got back on Facebook, y'all. I've been off for like almost 2 years, so I just got back on Facebook. And before I got off Facebook, I had a group that had started, an investor group, and I want to get the group back popping. So I'm gonna drop y'all a link, and I ask y'all to do me a favor. Y'all know I hardly ever ask for much, but I'm asking a favor today. Y'all click on the group. Click on that link, join the group, and let's get the group cracking, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and get this group cracking. We're gonna learn, we're gonna build, we're gonna network, gonna have fun, So y'all join the group, you know what I'm saying? Feel free to send me a friend request. Just got back on the Facebook again. I still got some friend requests I got to accept. So I'm going there and get all my requests accepted. But I'm going to send y'all, I'm going to drop a link in the comments. Y'all click that link for you, boy. Come on and join the group, man. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get that group cracking in 2019. You heard? So let me drop this link in here. If that link don't work, y'all let me know. Tia said the guys that own rentals, how did they get started? The ones that I really talked to in detail, they kind of got started pretty much one rental at a time. You know, you got one under their belt, got them a tenant in there, eventually bought another rental, got another tenant in there, and they just, you know, kind of slowly build their way up, build themselves up. One of my good buyers, man, that I'm real cool with, he actually was working a 9-to-5 job just like I was. He just slowly built himself up in the game, and now he one of the big dogs in my market, man. But he always tell me, like, I be like, man, I got to get like you, bro. I got to get this money like you got it. He always say, you got to get you some rentals, man. That's the key. Got to get some rentals. Because when he be buying from me, he don't be buying to fix and flip. He be buying to buy and hold. He be buying to get tenants in there. So a lot of them, man, it's just been a process over time. Thank you, Derek. Antoine Stevens say, I appreciate the value add to you partner, JV. To be totally honest, Antoine, I don't do a lot of partnering up, and I don't do a lot of JVing. If maybe I should, but you know, if somebody has something in my market and the numbers work, you know, I'll JV up in those situations. But like with my properties, I don't really ever solicit the JV with people, the properties I have. Hope I'm not sounding cocky, arrogant, but I try my best to get the property at the right price the first time, and that way I just know I can go ahead and flip it or sell it real easy. Really, the most consistent partnering up I do is with my realtor here that's in my market. Sometimes if I get a property and it's taking longer than I want for me to get it sold, I'll hit my realtor up. I'll be like, hey, this is what I got. It's the lockbox code. Then he'll go in his portfolio and he'll call some of his people and we can get it sold. And we just split the assignment fee 50-50 down the middle. I'm about to add you in there. I'm about to add you in there now. I see your request. It ain't many people in there now, so we're gonna, you know, the ones who get in here now, you know, we're gonna kind of be like the founding members of it. You know what I'm saying? Closed the deal today too, y'all. Had a closing this morning at 10:30. I closed the deal. This is a property that I had been working on for like, man, 5, maybe 6 months with the seller. We finally got it closing today. Thankfully, he was a nice older gentleman. Really enjoyed, you know, working with him. So we got that to closing today. That's a property that I got under contract from Driving for Dollars. Y'all know I always be talking about Driving for Dollars, man. So make sure you're doing your Drive for Dollars. Do Driving for Dollars every single week. Do it twice a week. Do it 3 times a week. If you can do it every day of the week, you will close a lot of deals. Tia Joyner said, what's your plans for 2019? That is an excellent question, Tia. My plans for 2019, I really want to amp my game up. I really want to automate my business a lot more than I have it automated right now. I really want to have it automated to the point where, you know, maybe I can maybe go on vacation for 10 days and don't miss a beat. You know, so those are some of my plans. I do want to grab a rental or 2 in 2019. That's definitely in my plan. And maybe do a fix and flip. I don't want to kind of put too much on my plate. So I may start doing the fix and flips the following year. but definitely want to get some rentals under my belt in 2019 and fully automate my business. I think at this point I should be more automated. So that's really gonna be a lot of my focal point in 2019. Excuse me. Also do a lot of more networking, which is the reason I did kind of get back on Facebook to try to start back networking. I was talking to one of my students actually before I got on live right here, and I was telling him that too. You know what I'm saying? That's I got to kind of get out my shell a little bit next year, man. You know what I'm saying? I got to be more sociable. So that's definitely in my plans for 2019 as well. Derek says he thinks that's the best way to get leads, and I probably would agree with you, Derek. I love driving for dollars, man. It's an excellent way to get leads, and if you do it consistently, you will reap the rewards of it. What's going on, Christian? Christian, Christian, scroll up for me. Click that link. Join the Facebook group. Derek says, what type of automated tools do you use now? Sometimes, Derek, if I'm doing a lot of direct mail, if I got a big campaign going, I'll have my assistant take the calls, or I might even get the VA to take the calls. It just depends on how much I got going. I'm probably going to try to move away a little bit from the VA in 2019, and actually probably going to maybe hire me an acquisitions manager. Y'all know I'm country, so some words I have to sign out. But hire acquisitions manager in 2019, man. So that way I can just kind of like more streamline and funnel all my leads that come in. So that's some of the things I do as far as automation go. The last live I did, I know we talked about ringless voicemail. I want to try to add that to my arsenal, also in 2019 as well. Brittany Witt says, thanks for the great content. Tidy, my husband and I are about to put out 100 banner signs early tomorrow morning. You're welcome, Brittany. Let's get it. 100 banner signs. I got a strong feeling that you got probably 2 deals in those banner signs also. I wish you guys the best of luck. Make sure to keep me up to date on how everything is going for you. Banner signs are excellent. Y'all, I ain't even got to say, I'm a huge proponent of banner signs. So definitely get out there and put your signs up and do your thing. Again, very best of luck to you. What market are you in, Brittany, if you don't mind telling us? For everybody that's just joining the stream, I'm going to drop this link again. Make sure to click that link. Join the investors group that I have on Facebook. Make sure to join. I'm going to really have that group cracking in 2019. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to learn. We're going to build. We're going to cash some checks in 2019, y'all. So click that link. Join the group. Brittany says she's in Orlando, Florida. I heard that's an excellent market, Brittany. Excellent market. That's what I hear from a lot of fellow investors. Derek says, do you use a computer program to manage all your leads? I used to, Derek. I used to be on Podio, man. And to be honest with you, Derek, Podio was cool. It automated everything for me. You can have it synced to your phone and all that stuff, get the app. But I went back to the pen and pad, bro, to keep up with my leads, man. I just went back to a pen and pad. I'm kind of an old school cat. So too much technology sometimes can be a little overwhelming for me. So I just find it was better for me to just get my pen and pad and keep up with my leads that way. So actively right now, I don't use any software. I still got Podio. Sometimes I go on Podio and I'll follow up with old leads. And who knows, maybe in 2019, I'll educate myself better on Podio and maybe actually start using it more. But for right now, man, I'm just the old school in it, dog. Pen and a pad, bam. I will. I'm gonna accept you right now. I don't see your request. Okay, I see it now. I just added all y'all in here, man. Welcome to the group. Welcome to the group. I'm gonna go in here. I'm probably gonna change the name of the group. I got an Apex Mastermind now. I'm probably gonna change the name of the group. I'm gonna get a couple photo and all that fancy stuff. In fact, if any of y'all are good in graphic design, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Because I need a Facebook banner. So if any of y'all real good in graphic design, let me know. And now, if you just starting in graphic design, let's just wait till you polish up your skills a little bit. But if you can really get down on graphic design and you can really get down and do your thing, make it look real good and real professional, holla at me. Let's work something out. Christian says, I'm helping my friend get a contract going. Wish me luck. Best of luck, Christian. Best of luck. Derek said, so glad you said that because I feel the same way. Smo said, White Pages has the best contacts, but I only got 20 searches for $4.99. What did you use for cold calling? I really don't actually use anything specific for cold calling, Smo. No kind of like real software or anything that's paid. Again, I'm gonna try to actually I'm gonna try to do a lot better on that going into next year. So once I get something and I like it, I'll let y'all know. I've been actually following Max. Y'all know I'm country. I get tongue tied. Maxwell, his program that he got. So I've been thinking about maybe trying out what he's advertising right now. If any of you guys have used it, please give me some feedback on it. But I've been kind of doing a little research on that. So, I may check his out and see if that works for me. Oh, flipping through flipping through the pages. So you rely on yellow letters. I don't even do yellow letters. When I first started, I would do yellow letters because that's what everybody always say in this business. Yellow letters. But as far as letters, man, I just get like regular white typing paper, and I have I already have everything saved on my computer. So I just print up my letters, I'll write in the address and I'll sign them and I'll mail them off. I don't do yellow letters anymore. Maybe I go back to them, but I don't do them, man. And I guess I stopped doing yellow letters because let me tell you what really made me stop doing yellow letters and just start going with white typing paper. I try to put myself in the shoes of a seller. If wholesaler A send me a yellow letter, and if wholesaler B send me a white professional letter, just knowing me, I'm gonna probably call the white professional letter before I call the scribble scrabble on the yellow letter. That's just me. And I'm a weirdo, so maybe I'm the minority there. But that's really why I stopped doing yellow letters. Britain says, know any good apps or websites to skip trace just a few leads? Most sites you have to buy in bulk. I heard whitepages.com was pretty good. I think they got a paid service. I've heard good things about Intellis. So you may want to use two of those. And there's another one. I cannot think of the name, but it's pretty popular. The name will probably pop up in my head soon. But that's another good one too. Antoine said, what's the specific name of the Facebook group? It's called Apex Mastermind. I'm actually going to type it. Again, I'm going to change that name. That's what I chose when I first started the group years ago. And then I got off Facebook. Facebook just, to be honest with y'all, I left Facebook because Facebook was taking too much of my energy. Facebook is very addictive, especially if you let it be addictive. And I was letting it be addictive, man. I was spending way too much time and energy on Facebook. Y'all know me, I love sports. I would go in there and get in a sports group and just argue all day with people about sports, argue with people about the Falcons and just all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And all them other groups on Facebook, I was just spending too much time on it. Then Facebook got to the point where it was just full of drama, and I didn't want to see all that drama on my telephone on my screen all the time. So I just like, man, let me get off Facebook. I'm putting too much energy into Facebook. So I got off Facebook, but I'm back on that now. Whitepages.com, Derek. They have a paid service, I believe, and you can actually use them. Yes, Brittany Wright, White Pages. Derek says, I sent my letter on yellow paper, red pen. How's that working for you, Derek? What's your response rates looking like? I'm going to drop the link for the group again for people who may have just joined the stream. Y'all know I don't ever ask for much, but I'm asking for favors today. Today is my favor Friday for Toddy. Please click the link, join the Facebook group. You'll be amongst the first 100 people in the group. So please click the link. Jarvis, what's going on, big dog? What's cracking, man? Jarvis will tell y'all I ain't been on Facebook in a long time. I just got back on there. He on my friends list. He'll tell you. Exactly, Chris Tate. Facebook, man, it was taking too much of my energy, bro. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all this. Facebook is not free. I know we all think it's free. We ain't paying that. Facebook ain't free. They taking your energy and you paying with your energy, and you paying with your attention. That's what you paying with. And that's very valuable. And I realized that. And that's a big reason I got off Facebook. Chris Tate, my dog, make sure, Chris, if you don't mind, if you still on Facebook, Chris, or you on Facebook, please click that link and join that group, Chris. You know you're my dog, so join that group. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that thing cracking. Exactly. All the memes and twerk videos, Facebook undefeated. Exactly, bro. Exactly, man. It started to get to me, man. So when I came back on Facebook, I just actually logged back on Facebook like a couple days ago. What's today? Friday? Probably Wednesday. I logged back on there, changed my profile picture, and now I'm in the process of accepting the friend request, and I'm deleting myself out of Facebook groups that I was in. So I don't let my attention get diverted again because it was taking too much of my energy. So now a lot of those groups that I was in, I'm taking myself out of those groups. Thank you, Chris. Derek says, not good. I have gotten a few callbacks, but no deal in 4 months. Derek, try to do what I do, man. Leave that yellow paper stuff alone, man. Type up your letters, make them look professional. Put you a headshot. That's what I do. And I'm gonna tell y'all that headshot helps. Headshot helps. I can't tell y'all how many sellers have told me how professional my letter was, and they called me because I had a picture of myself on my letter. That's what I did. I put a picture of myself on my letter. Let me see if I got a letter. I think I got a letter over here. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. I think I got a letter over here. Yeah, there we go. Got a letter right here. I don't know how good y'all gonna be able to see this, but show y'all what my letters look like. I put a picture of myself on there, so when they open the letter, that's the first thing they see. And I'm trying to build a bond with them subconsciously. You know, let them know, hey, I'm legit. This me. This what I look like. That's me. That's my name. So here we go. So I try to make mine look professional. Put a little smile in there to kind of, try to get them to smile a little bit. But that's what my letters look like, man. I don't do no yellow letters. I'll be wanting to look professional. If I'm asking you to buy your house, I want you to know I'm serious. And that's just my preference for right now. I may go back to yellow letters. I normally already have stamps on my envelopes. I'll write in the address here, of course. And what I'll do is I'll put my return address on the back flap. I just put it on the back flap right here. I'll put it right there on the back flap. And also, I'm testing something right now with my letters, y'all. I don't want to tell y'all what I'm doing right now, but I'm testing something with my letters. that I think is going to really help my response rate. Once I get done testing it, I'll tell y'all what it is and I'll bring it back to y'all. Gonna bring it to my students first and then I'll bring it to y'all. But I'm testing something right now and I think it's really gonna help my response rate. Something very subtle and small, but I think it's gonna help out a whole lot. Christian Gonzalez says, on average, how long does it take to seal a deal? Not long, bro. Not long at all. Once you have a buyer in place, I've actually done something the following day before. I've had a buyer sign a contract on a Monday, and we close on a Tuesday. It don't take long. A lot of that going to depend on what's on the title when they do the title search. That title come back clear and your buyer is ready to go ahead and buy, you can do it 1 to 3 days. A lot of times it don't take long. Sometimes the title come back and the attorney might got to work on the title a little bit. It may take a little longer. But on average, generally, from start to finish, just try to give an average. From the time you get your seller contract to find the buyer, maybe about 15 days, 14 days, something like that. Just on average. Like I said, I've had some, I've closed the very next day. Lawyers say title ready and the buyer's ready. We close the very next day. I've had some, bro, where it's taking 6 months. Real talk. Sometimes you got so much mildew on those titles and so much work has to be done. Sometimes it takes a long time. So it really just varies. But if you got clean titles, man, and your buyer's ready, it's not going to take long. If you got a clean title and your buyer's ready, you should be able to, from the point you get your buyer to sign, and if your title is clean, it comes right back the next day, you should close within a week. Exactly, Brittany. It creates familiarity with the seller. You're absolutely right. Maurice Burnell wants to know what the group name is. I'm going to type it in. It's called Apex Mastermind. I'm going to type it in there, and I'm going to drop the link right behind it. You can search it with the name, or you can actually just click the link, which would be a lot easier. How'd you build your buyers list? That's a great question, Tania. Tania, when I first started, I thought getting the buyers list was probably the most important thing. And for me, I realized it really wasn't. Getting good deals is the most important thing. The buyers are going to come with a good deal. So I really built my buyers list, truthfully, organically, just by getting good deals, giving people good deals on properties. Built my buyers list organically. I can't tell you how many houses that I've sold to buyers from other buyers. Literally. I had one buyer who was buying a lot of houses from me. I had one buyer that probably had bought like 3 houses from me in probably 3 weeks. And then he had other houses he had bought. And so he was just stuffed. He couldn't take no more. You know what I'm saying? He had to fix all these houses up he had bought and get them flipped. So he was full. So what he did, he started putting me on his family members. He said, hey, my brother, he buys houses. I've been telling him about you. Here's his number. Call him. He wants to buy a house from you. Called his brother. He bought a house from him. His brother actually bought 3 houses from me so far. That same guy, his brother-in-law, the same guy I'm telling you about, the deal I said I closed today, his brother-in-law bought it. His cousin bought 2 houses from me at one time. So this one buyer put me on to like 5 or 6 different other buyers who be ready to buy. They ain't no BS buyers. They be ready. So when you get known in your market as a legit wholesaler who gets good deals at fair prices, your buyers list is just going to build itself organically. Your buyers will start putting you on other buyers, because buyers know buyers. So they'll start putting you on other buyers. Their good friend, the guy they went to college with, their cousin, their brother-in-law. They'll start putting you on the other buyers. So that's how I built my buyers list. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, buyers be calling me out the blue all the time. And I'm not going to front and flex. Sometimes I don't even have a chance to talk to them. They'll call me looking for properties, and I don't always get a chance to talk to them. I have a network of people that I go to anytime I get a property, and 85% of the time they're gonna buy it. The other 15%, I sell alternative means. But it's really just getting good deals. Once you get known in your market, like this guy legit, you get good deals. People gonna want to buy from you. They really will. They really will. On the deal, this comes from Golden Richards. On the deal you closed today, how did you get the seller to extend your contract for 6 months? Walk us through that deal. What happened? How did you play it? Great question, Golden Richards. Great question. Technically, the contract was not extended for 6 months. This was originally driving for dollars. I was riding through the neighborhood, saw a house. I knew it was vacant, sent him some mail. He called me back. From when he called me back and from the first time we talked and me looking at the house, it was probably like a 3-week window before I actually even got out there to look at the house because he lived in a different city. So I had to wait on him. I had to wait for it to be convenient for him to actually come show me the house. Once he showed me the house, I made him an offer. I made him an offer right there on the spot. And he was like, yeah, that sounds good. And then I remember him telling me something like, I like it, it sounds good. Let me think about it. He didn't say yes or no. He just like, yeah, that sounds good. Let me think about it. And he thought about it. He called me back maybe 3 more weeks after that. And he said, yeah, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that. I'll take that amount. He accepted it. Now, when he accepted it, we didn't sign a contract immediately, which I normally would do. He was like, well, you know, I need to get this out the house before I sign the paperwork. He was an older guy. You know, he wasn't in those super duper rushes. He was an older guy. I need to get this out the house. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. He just wanted to do he wanted to take a lot of stuff out the house before he even signed any paperwork on it. And I'm trying to tell him like, look, you know, we can just still go ahead and sign the purchase agreement and I'll give you enough time to, you know, do what you need to do, get everything out of the house. At this point, I'm trying to get him to sign a purchase agreement. So long story short, from the time I made him an offer, it might have took 3 weeks before I finally pinned him down to get him to sign the contract. And then after that happened, there was something going on with the wiring. The wiring, he had wired up the shed in the back. He did it himself. And he was like, look, I got to be honest with you. I wired this up myself and the wiring is not like it's supposed to be. So I really need to go in there and fix it, you know? And I'm like, no, I'm telling him like, no, you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like we buy it as is, you don't have to do that. He's like, no, I need to do it. And some sellers are just old school and they're adamant. So he wanted to go in there and try to correct the wiring and fix it himself. And I'm like, okay. So like a month passed in between that time. And so he calls me back maybe a month later saying, listen, I couldn't fix it like I want to fix it. So this is what I'm going to do. Instead of you giving me this amount, how about I knock $500 off since you're going to have to go in here and rewire the shed? And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So we redid another contract. And I would normally, because he lives in a different city, I would normally just email it to him, which I tried to do. He was like, I got an email, but I don't do that. You know, I don't have a printer and nothing like that. And then I was like, well, okay, well, I'll just fax it to you. And they're like, well, I don't have a fax machine. I said, well, you can go like Office Depot or Walmart or something like that. I'll fax it there. I know. He's like, I would prefer just to do everything in person. You know, he wanted to do everything in person. So we had to set up another appointment to meet, to bring the price down, to restructure the selling price. So that took maybe about almost another month before we met up again. And so at that point, we changed the sale price. We brought it down $500. And then we officially had it under contract. And from that point, when we first talked to today, it was almost 6 months. I started talking to this guy in the summertime, and now we're in December. Have you had any success tied with tired landlord leads? That question comes from TJ, which is my initials, of course. Yes, sir, I have. Yes, sir, I have. Man, sometimes them landlords, they just be fed up, bro. Everybody ain't built to be a landlord, and everybody's not a landlord by design. Some people are landlords accidentally. Sometimes some people they'll inherit a house, or they'll buy a house 20 years ago and they'll upgrade and buy a bigger house, and then they just end up renting out the other house. And they're not, everybody just not landlord material. But yeah, I have closed a lot of deals from just fed up landlords. They'll get some tenants in there. The tenants won't take care of the property. They'll just move out on them and trash the property. Or sometimes some tenants will trash the property and they'll just leave in the middle of the night. And the landlord, they'll come back and they fed up with it. They're frustrated, especially the ones who have already made their profit off that investment. A lot of times they just ready to, man, fuck it. Here, get this off my hand. Those are some real good leads. Them fed up, frustrated landlords, those are great leads. What makes the title dirty? There can be a number of things. Normally it's liens or judgments. What I see most commonly is like somebody will put a lien on the property. Let's say you may have a credit card and you default on that credit card. That bank or that credit card company, they can put a lien on that property. That happens all the time. That's normally what I see. Judgments from credit card companies. It happens all the time. It ain't got to necessarily be a credit card company. I've seen one with a jeweler, person that makes jewelry. They put a lien on the property before. Somebody bought some jewelry and they ain't finished paying for it. That jeweler want to put a lien on that house. So you can have judgments like that. They're very common. They are very, very common. Whenever I get a clean title with nothing on it, I'd be so happy. Those would be the ones you could just close the next day because ain't nothing on the title. Maurice says, do I need to have a title company before my first deal? And if so, who paid for it? I don't have no money. You don't have to have a title company. I'm gonna speak from an attorney standpoint because we use attorneys here in my state, the state of Georgia. You don't have to have a title company or attorney. And when it's time to pay, you get your buyer to pay for it. And 90% of the time, the buyer's gonna pay for it anyway because they're already getting a good deal. And that's just kind of how this industry goes. When you selling to investors, 90% of the time they know they're gonna pay the closing. And a lot of times they don't mind paying the closing. I'm not saying they're going to be just happy and all automatically volunteer to pay the closing all the time, but they kind of already know like, hey, I'll pay the closing. And most times they have a attorney or they have a title company that's probably getting them a big break on the fee for closing because they close a lot of deals with them. So, for example, here a lawyer may charge $800 for the average person to close for their attorney fee. They may charge the average person $800, but they may charge this investor over here only $400 because they're repeat business. So a lot of times your end buyers, they have their favorite attorneys or their favorite title companies that they're going to deal with because they're getting a break on the price. What's going on, Win? That's my guy, Win. That's Win, man, that's actually one of my students. Man, Win taught earlier. When I told you I taught one of my students tonight, that's who I was talking to, Win, or earlier today. So what's cracking, Win? What's a good website company for emailing purchase agreements? Says Shane Fields. What I do normally, Shane, is I actually just use an app called, what's that app called? Cam Scanner. CAM Scanner. Excuse me. What I normally do is I'll normally scan my contract, and you can email the contract right through the app. and send it right to them. If you want it done more professionally, I would probably suggest DocuSign. And through DocuSign, just everything is digital. You know what I'm saying? Everything is digital. So if you just want it done real crisp, real professionally, I would say DocuSign. And I'm going to pause for a minute. I'm going to ask everybody, smash that like button for me. If y'all don't mind, hit the like button. YouTube, they in order for your videos to come up in search engines and, you know, all that stuff, they want to make sure you get some likes. So if y'all don't mind, smash that like button for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Just go big Hulk smash, hit that like button. Take you about 0.4 seconds. I would dearly, dearly appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. Christian Gonzalez says, okay, I've always wanted to ask and understand this question. Where and how are you making money at the end of the deal? You're making money, Christian. In short, we're wholesalers, but to make it basic, we're middlemen. We're middlemen. We're the matchmaker. We're putting buyer, we're putting seller with buyer. So, for example, you find a property, Christian. You find a vacant, distressed property. You reach out to the seller. You find a seller. You hunt them down. You tell seller, hey, I want to buy this house from you. I'll buy it all cash, and I'll close on it within 40 days, guaranteed. And I want to buy it from you. Ain't nobody living here. I live in this neighborhood. It's been vacant for 5 years. I want to take it off your hands. Seller says, okay, well, you give me $20,000, you can have it. Christian, you say, you know what, Mr. Seller, I want to get this property, but it needs a lot of work done to it. You and I both know that. Instead of 20, I give you 15,000 cash. You'll have the cash in your hand within the next 4 weeks. Seller says, okay, deal. I'll take it. So y'all got an agreement for 15 grand. You put that in writing. You put it in a contract, a purchase agreement, that you're going to buy this property from them for $15,000. You got it in writing now. Once you get it in writing, now you go find the buyer. You already got your seller. You got them on the contract. Now you got to go find your buyer. Now you got it on the contract for 15 grand. So when you find your buyer, any amount over 15,000, you sell this house for, that's your money. So let's say if you find a buyer in 4 days and you're marketing the property for 25,000. So the buyer reaches out to you and say, hey, I want to buy this house that you're marketing. You're asking 25 grand, I'll give you 19,000. I won't go anything above 19, and I can close on it whenever the title comes back. But I'm not going any more than 19. You got it for 15,000. This buyer says, I'll give you 19,000. That's $4,000 in there. There's $4,000 right there in the middle. So when it's time to close, your seller, they're going to get the amount that you have them contracted for, which is that 15 grand. They're going to get that. That extra $4,000 there that's in the middle, that goes to you. That's your assignment fee. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. You're basically selling the house for more than you have it under contract for. Every property won't be 4,000. You might get one and it's a $14,000 spread in the middle. You might get one and it's a $400 spread in the middle. But anything above what you have under contract with the seller, that's the amount you put in your pocket and you take home. You're welcome, Maurice. Christian says, where do you set up purchase agreements? What do you mean exactly, Christian, when you say where do you set them up at? Also, if you just got to the stream, this is Favor Friday. Y'all know I don't ask for much, but I'm asking for a favor today. Make sure you click this link that I'm about to drop and join our investors group. Make sure to join that investors group. Do your boy a favor. Click that link. Join the investor group, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun in that group. We're gonna learn. We're gonna network. We're gonna build. We're gonna share strategies. We're gonna share information. It's gonna be a great investors group to join. You know what I'm saying? Your boy just got back on Facebook, so make sure to join the group. Do me a huge favor. I would dearly appreciate it. And also, y'all know what time it is. Everybody, let me know where you're from, man. Drop your city, drop your area code, drop your zip code. Let me know where you represent at. Y'all know I'm representing Middle Georgia. So let me know where everybody representing from, man. You know what I'm saying? Drop your city in the comments. Chloe 38 represent Memphis. You can get the purchase agreements. You can get them a number of places, Christian. You can get them online. You can actually just Google it. Google them. Google wholesale purchase agreement PDF, and you can actually get them from there. In fact, damn, I didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna actually give you a link. You can actually find them there. Hold on just a second. I'll drop a link. You can. There's plenty of contracts through this link that I'm about to drop to you. You can actually just follow this link. Get purchase agreements, assignment contracts, all that good stuff. So just follow that link, Christian. There you go. But yeah, it's time for the city check-in, man. Make sure y'all drop your cities in them in the comment. Let me see where everybody checking in from, man. Memphis in the building. Denton, Texas in the building. Galveston, Texas in the building. Duval in the building. Saddam says, what's good, Todd? He just got 2 more deals on the contract. Congratulations, Saddam. Salute. And got a lead in today. It's a probate lead. I love probates. Do I have to put earnest money deposit down because I'm dealing with a probate attorney, or can I bypass it? No, you don't have to. You don't have to put earnest money down. I assume that the probate attorney is probably representing a person or that estate. But no, you don't have to put earnest money down. In fact, once I start negotiating, I wouldn't even talk about no earnest money with them, unless they actually bring it up. And even if they bring it up, I'm going to try to talk my way out of earnest money. So it's not mandatory just because you're dealing with a probate that you have to put earnest money up. I've closed a whole lot of probate deals and no earnest money. No. Not even $10. Tania says, I'm in a rural area in North Florida and the market appears to be wide open. Bam. But I've reached out to some buyers that I found on Facebook and through Google search, and they aren't buying in the area. Okay, no problem. What you want to do is reach out to more local buyers. Go to that market's RIA meetings. On Facebook, join all those local investment groups that are specific for that area. Network with all those local buyers. Because if you're in a rural area, a lot of times you're gonna probably have to sell to people that actually live in that area. Generally, there's gonna be somebody buying, unless it's just somewhere like Mayberry. And if it's something like that, then you might just want to market to a more populated area. Raleigh, North Carolina in the building. All right, so we got some more requests in the group. So I'm about to accept everybody's request here real quick. About to put Maurice in here, just added Drew, Justin in here, my dog, Chris Tate. Y'all in. No problem at all, Maurice. Christian said, wholesaling seems so simple, it low-key scares me. Christian, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. When I first got my first deal, it kind of took me for a loop for a little bit. Kind of shook me up a little bit because I'm sitting here looking at the check like, damn, is this shit legal? You know what I'm saying? I just got paid off this house and I don't even technically own it. Is it legit? It kind of took me for a loop, man. But it's simple. It is simple. It's hard work now. It's simple, but it's hard work. You know, it's simple work, but it's hard work. You know, so but once you get a hang up, man, you'll just start rolling, man. You'll start rolling, especially you guys that's in these big cities, man. You know, I'm in what y'all would consider the country, like a smaller market. So y'all people who in these bigger cities, man, once y'all get it rolling, y'all just start booming, man. Then again, y'all make sure you're doing your drive for dollars. Make sure you got your signs out. Make sure you consistent with your mailings. If you consistent with your marketing and your phone is constantly ringing, the numbers say you're gonna get deals. That's just how it works. Numbers game at the end of the day. So if you got incoming seller calls, you talking to sellers every single day, you making offers every single day, somebody gonna say yes. You know, you're gonna find the right person who has the right motivation at the right time to sell at the right price. They're gonna tell you yeah. So it's just really just all about being consistent, you know, and being consistent is easier said than done. Trust me, I know. I can sit here and tell you to be consistent all day long, and then even I go in ruts, you know. Even I have days and sometimes weeks when I don't want to work, you know. I may want to take me a trip, you know. I just may want to lay in the bed all day, just be lazy. I may just want to chill out with the fellas, you know, chill out with a lady, you know. But it's just all about being consistent. When you're consistent with it, you're doing everything you need to do, you're going to get deals. The numbers are going to work in your favor. You're right, Christian. What's a man without hard work? Again, I'm about to drop the link. Y'all make sure to click on that link for your boy. Join the group, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that join that group. Let's all network, man. Let's get these checks in 2019. TJ represent DC. DC in the building. I never been to DC. I know the Falcons played that issue. I was actually going to come up there, but I didn't make it. Heard a lot of great things about DC, though. I know I've heard like the entire DMV area, that's a great wholesaling market. That's what I hear from a lot of people, you know, especially in the Baltimore area. Baltimore seems to be really booming. Anybody in here trying to hand that virtual wholesaling? I know we talked about it on the last stream a little bit. Anybody doing any virtual wholesaling at this time? Christian, virtual wholesaling, that's like when you wholesaling houses and you generally never see the house. It's like I'm in Georgia. That's let's say if I'm wholesaling houses that's in DC, but I'm not looking at these houses in DC, but I'm closing deals. That's pretty much virtual wholesaling. It's nothing different other than the fact that you're not going to these properties. You generally will have boots on the ground, and what that means, boots on the ground. Let's say if TJ is one of my boots on the ground, that might mean I may get a property, I may get a lead for property in DC, and I may call TJ and say, "Hey TJ, I'm working on this lead. The address is 3000 Roosevelt Street. Will you go by there for me? Check it out, take some pictures of it, you know, and give me some feedback on it." TJ, he'll go do that for me, take the pictures, you know, and based on the information that TJ brings to me, that's going to help me formulate my offer. So at that point, you may offer somebody a price on that property in DC. They accept it, and then you get a buyer and you sell it. You just close virtually. You know, you don't even have to be there. You don't have to be there in that same city, that same state to close on properties. That's virtual wholesaling. Latanya Hancock says, hey, Tyler, how you doing, Latanya? TJ says DC is like gold because of the gentrification average of the properties. Yeah, that's pretty much going on all across the U.S., man. Gentrification. We're seeing that a whole lot here in Atlanta too, which is some of the reason the Atlanta market is so high right now because moving people out the heart of the city and bringing in a whole different demographics of people, and they're building condos, building new houses, and things are just changing as far as the demographic goes, and that's pretty much what gentrification is without going into too much detail about it, because that's a whole nother video, y'all. And as y'all already know. But yeah, it's a lot of gentrification going on across America right now. Another reason Atlanta is so hot is because of the demand. You know, everybody, I'm gonna say everybody, but a lot of people just want to live in Atlanta. You know, that's kind of the hotbed as far as, you know, being a major city. You know, you got a lot of rappers there. You got a lot of TV shows there. You know, it's a major city, and it's just the nightlife. You know, just a lot of people want to be in Atlanta. Also, they just built that new stadium in Atlanta, so that's gonna bring like Super Bowls, Olympics, World Cup, and that really helps property values skyrocket. You know, so that's some of the reasons that Atlanta's such a hotbed. You know, I wish I was doing this stuff back in the '90s. You know, back before the flight to Atlanta really got big. Man, I'd be a rich man by now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be talking to me on some kind of tropical island by now, dog. You're welcome, Saddam. Saddam says, I got one virtual wholesale deal on contract right now, looking to do a lot more after this one closed. Supposed to close on the 4th of January 2019. Congratulations, Saddam. If you don't mind, give me a little details on how you got that deal, Saddam, because I never done a virtual wholesale deal. So, you know, you can educate me right now. And also, Saddam, make sure you click this link, brother. Join our group, man. You know what I'm saying? Love to have you in there. Ton, what's going on, bro? What's popping, man? Did you go to the Warner Robins Bainbridge game, Ton? Antoine Stevens says, Tyler, please tag me via Facebook or add me to the group I searched, but a lot of other groups popped up. Antoine, just click this link right here, man. Click that link that I just dropped. It'll take you right to the group. Or Antoine, you can just send me you can send me a request, Antoine. Toddy Jones, look me up on YouTube, send me a request and I'll put you in there. Just add me as a friend. Tia Joyner says, has wholesaling allowed you to quit your job, and what other benefits have came with this game of wholesaling? Yeah, I did. I quit my job till back in what we are in now, 2018. I quit my job back in it was either March or May of 2016, I think. Yeah, it was March or May of 2016. So almost 3 years. Almost 3 years now that I quit my job from wholesaling. I think it was March though. March of 16. It's been almost 3 years that I quit my job. What other benefits that have came with it is really allowed me to live a much stress-free life. Because speaking of that job, I had been at that job till for like 17 years, man, doing the same thing every day in the same department, saying the same thing, saying the same people. That job was driving me crazy. Literally, it was driving me crazy. Super stressful job. Um, I was working for a big company, Fortune 500 company. Y'all see their commercials on TV every single day. And it was very demanding, very corporate structure. And it was so stressful, y'all. I'm talking about it was driving me crazy. So just the fact that I didn't have to deal with that, the pressure of corporate America and the stress that comes with it, um, it allowed me to live more how I wanted to live on my own terms. So it really allowed me to live a more stress-free life. Not trying to say I don't still have stress now that's in my life, but not as much work-related stress. You have stress doing wholesaling too, but it's a different kind of stress. You know what I mean? You ain't got people looking over your shoulder, telling you what to do. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but after doing that for 17 years, man, I was just burnt out. I was burnt out mentally, y'all. I was gone. I was burnt. It has also allowed me to do a lot more traveling. That when I was working that job, man, I really wasn't going nowhere. I just got back from Los Angeles. When did I get back? On the 9th. I got back Sunday. Actually, technically Monday. Got back on Monday. Just went to Los Angeles for my birthday. Was out there for like 4 or 5 days. I was still working at that job. I might not have been able to get those days off to take the trip. Left the country, I was able to travel to go to different countries, got me a passport, and that's some of the benefits of it. And for me, a major benefit is just like the satisfaction of literally making your own dollar. You know what I'm saying? Making your own dollar. When you get them, when you sell a house, you made that money from scratch. You didn't work for somebody else to make that money. You work for yourself to make that money for yourself. So that's a real fulfilling feeling, to say, hey, I did this, this check, I made this check, I made this. So it has a lot of benefits, man. It's the freedom, and with the freedom comes some more stress now, because that there are gonna be months where you ain't selling no houses. And that is the benefit of a job. You might have a bad week at work, but you still gonna get paid. You have a bad month in wholesaling, bad 2 months, you ain't getting no money. Nothing. So, but I wouldn't change it, I wouldn't change it at all. I've had some rough times since I left my job, I've had some great times since I left my job, so you kind of, you roll with the punches, you know what I mean? Yeah, Ton, man, we went out there, man, and man, I don't know what to say about Chastain, man. Uh, it's a controversy going on with that call, Ton. Um, I I kind of don't believe Chastain, Ton. I don't know, man. That was a tough game to lose, man. Double overtime. It was a good game to go to, but man, that was a tough game to lose, man. I'm about to add you right now, Ton. I just added you, Ton. Yeah, and Ton, that's like one of my lifelong friends, man, that I'm talking to right now. He actually worked for the same company, so he know everything I'm talking about how stressful it was. One of the good things there night, it had a lot of women there. So fellas, the women, A1. The women was there, but that only goes so far. After you've been out so long, you done seen so many different pretty girls come in. That only goes so far, but fellas, it was some women. There's some women out there. That's one good thing about it. Now they got some women, plenty of women. Antoine says, also in regards to partnering, I heard your point loud and clear, but I have a cash buyer looking for properties in the city of Atlanta. Um, I don't really have anything in Atlanta right now, Antoine. That is one thing. Somebody asked me what my plans are in 2019 is to expand a little bit, and I really need to expand in Atlanta. I actually live too close to the city of Atlanta to be doing deals consistently in the city of Atlanta. But my main market right now is like Middle Georgia, Antoine. So I don't really have any inventory in the city of Atlanta at this point in time. Now, if your buyer wants some properties south of Atlanta, Macon, Warner Robins, Forsyth area, I can, assist on that. But as of right now, I don't really do hardly any marketing in Atlanta right now. And I really need to change that in 2019. Golden Richard says, how do you determine repair costs to give to your buyers as a reference point? I use a few different things. I use square footage. Of course, I'll use my visual, meaning when I actually go look at the property, based on what I see, does it need a new roof? Does it need a new HVAC? How's the foundation? But that's generally what I use: square footage and what I see with my own eyes, and I'll come up with my repair estimate based upon that. A few other complex factors I use, but that's mainly the gist of it: square footage and what my eyes are telling me. And I'll come up with my repair estimate on that. And a lot of people talk to you about repair estimate. For me personally, it's important, but it's not super duper. It's not like make or break. And like I made a video on before, you don't need a contract to do your repair estimates, because like once you have a house under contract, man, you take your pictures or you take your video of the property, you send those pictures to the buyer already in their head, they already kind of know if whether or not this is something they want to buy. And when they ask you, well, how much work it need on it? If you tell them 20 grand and it need 25 grand, they're not gonna look at you funny just because you 5 grand off or you 7 grand off. They ain't gonna look at you funny, because when they go there, they're gonna already have in their head how much it's gonna take them to repair it anyway. They just gonna want to know if the numbers gonna work for them. So if your repair estimate ain't exact to a T, don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. When they gonna look at it, they gonna know if they won't buy it anyway. It's like I said in that video, you can call 3 different licensed contractors. You'll get 3 different repair estimates. It's an art. It ain't a science. Estimating repairs it's an art. It's not a science. Just like the ARV, it's an art. It's not a science. Tia says, happy late birthday, bro. I thank you, Tia. I really appreciate it. Your boy getting old, man. Boy getting old. See, I got my glasses on. I hardly ever wear my glasses, man. But shoot, I can't see. I be getting on here straining my eyes, and so I like, man, let me put my glasses on. I be trying to get on here and look a little younger for y'all, but I needed my glasses on today, man. Thank you for the belated birthday, Latonya Hancock. So how do you deal with retirement plans and health benefits? Like the company I work for, I was able to roll over some of my benefits. You can always roll them over or keep them with the same retirement company. You can always, get like IRAs, and you can always get all that stuff independently of a job. You don't have to you don't actually have to be working for somebody to have a retirement account. So you can always do that independent of a job. So that's something like that. Health benefits, I pay for that out of my pocket. So I have to pay for my own health insurance. That is one benefit of working for a big company. The health insurance is a whole lot cheaper. So I do have to pay for that out of my pocket. My health benefit isn't as friendly, I'll say, as it was working for that big company, but it's okay. It's all right. Pro Equity Cash Buys represent Corpus Christi, Texas in the building. Says, I'm currently looking for wholesalers to be boots on the ground in cities like Los Angeles, Orlando, DC, and NYC. See, Pro Equity getting to the money. Pro equity letting you know where he from. He letting you know what markets he looking for, and he letting you know what he looking for. That's somebody that's getting to the money. And you know what, pro equity cash buyers? When I was in LA, now just second nature. Anytime I go to a new city now, I'm always looking at the real estate market. And I was in LA, I saw a lot of bandit signs in the city of Los Angeles. They're everywhere. Los Angeles, Long Beach, Compton, all them little surrounding cities too. So I really would love to expand to the California market. I know it's a whole lot of it's way different than the markets here on the East Coast because everything in California is so damn high. So I really need to educate myself on that California market. But that's really a market I really would love to get in, man. I really would love to get in that Los Angeles market because it looks like it could be so profitable. I'm sure the competition is full of sharks, but I really would like to get in that LA market, man. It looks like it's so profitable out there. Shout out pro equity buyers. You welcome, Tom. Quan Render says, "What up, Title? What's popping, Quan?" T White. I've been seeing that the best properties are outside the Atlanta metro area as well. Yeah, I see that too, man. Inside the city as well, but like Stockbridge, Conyers, Covington, Gwinnett County, that's a real good market. And like you say, right outside the outside the metro, McDonough. Um, I guess a lot of factors, depend on that. But Atlanta is just, I don't know, man. Atlanta is just so bubbling right now, and so many people in that market. And I guess that's probably why I hadn't really been in a huge hurry to get up to that Atlanta market. And I'm really kind of trying to dominate my smaller market south of Atlanta, and then maybe move up there, man. I don't even necessarily have to be right in the city of Atlanta. I can be in McDonough, Locust Grove, Stockbridge, even somewhere like Griffin, man. So Don says I joined a real estate group called Connecting Investors, and they have an app up there that gives me access to vacant properties, pre foreclosures, probates, etc., across the U.S. and more. How is that, Saddam? I'm actually on Connected Investors too. To be honest, I don't really get on there that much, man. When I first signed up, I was a little active on there for about a week, then I just casually stopped logging on to the site. May log on there after I get done with this since you mentioned it. But how's those lists working for you, Saddam? TJ says he can be boots on the ground here in DC. So if anybody want to do some virtual wholesaling in DC, holler at TJ, man. In fact, TJ, please follow this link, TJ, and also pro equity buyers. It's Favor Friday. Y'all know I don't ask for much. I rarely ever ask for anything. But everybody, please click on that link that I just dropped and join our investor group, man. Make sure to join that investor group. Also, please click on that link, join the group, man. We're gonna have that joker cracking. So Don says, can't say it all up here. It's too much to type, and other strategies that I picked up from one of my mentors. Just to let you know, I look up to you, Todd, and you're a mentor to me as well. Thank you, Saddam, man. I really appreciate that, bro. Thanks a lot. And again, make sure to join that group, Saddam, you know what I'm saying? So we can continue to feed each other information, man. Thank you very much. Thank you, Saddam. I appreciate the birthday wish, man. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it. Damien says, how do you deal with motivated seller that has tenants still living in the property? Those can be easy, Damien. Sometimes they can be hard, man. A lot of times you want to have buyers lined up that want to buy properties that have tenants in them already. Because a lot of times they're already accustomed to dealing with those properties as far as getting inside of them and viewing them and whatnot. Sometimes it can be difficult when they have tenants in there because you need to get in there and look at it. You need to get in there sometime and show it to your buyers, and a lot of times it's not always easy to do that. So the best advice I can give on that is you wanna actually have you a buyer or buyers, preferably buyers in place that buy properties with tenants already in them. Those are normally gonna be easier whenever you already got a buyer in place that already buys properties like that. When you're dealing with buyers that generally are just buying vacant properties, that's generally a lot of times what they're looking for, what they're accustomed to. They want to go in there and walk around and beat on the walls and check on the AC. When you got tenants in there, you can't necessarily do all that. You know what I'm saying? When you got tenants in there, you may can go in there 1 or 2 times, but after that, it'd be hard to get in the house when they got tenants in there. You know what I'm saying? So you want to kind of have you already buys in your hip, your back pocket that are used to buying houses like that, or properties where they already have tenants in there. Bradley Bryan says newbie here. What's up, Bradley? I have $500 to put towards marketing. How should I suggest I use it to the best of my ability? I want to do direct mail and I have 20 bandit signs I haven't put out yet. Okay, so you already got bandit signs, so you don't have to worry about buying bandit signs. So now you can actually put most of your money towards direct mail. I would suggest that you get you a real targeted lead list, real targeted, something like a probate list, something like a absentee owner list, something of that nature. I actually wouldn't even suggest that you go somewhere like ListSource. I would actually suggest that you go to a target, somebody who specializes in the more targeted leads, and buy you some leads, use that money to buy some leads and do you some direct mail. And you can also create your business Facebook page and spend some of that money to market for sellers on Facebook. Facebook is pretty inexpensive to market for sellers. So use some of that money to market for motivated sellers on Facebook. Also, you can do it digitally, or you can even do like through Google AdWords. But I would probably put most of that $500 toward a direct mail list. Maybe go with the most populated city in your market and get you a probate list. That's going to probably be about $150. But probates, that's a real good lead list. So those are a few suggestions that I would throw out there to you. Tanya Hancock says, FYI, working now with capital funding doing loans. So if anyone has buyers that need help with the rehab flip, buying whole game, email me for the info. And she has her email listed. So yeah, that's a good thing, y'all. If y'all have any buyers that are looking for funding, make sure to holler at Latanya. Latanya, make sure to click that link and join our Facebook group as well, if you don't mind for me, please. Thank you. Antoine Stevens says teamwork really does make the dream work. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm in San Diego, California, excuse me, but I'm from DC. I absolutely agree with you on that, Antoine. Teamwork does make the dream work. And your network. Bradley Bryan says, I'm in California. What part of Cali, Bradley? Bless up, Hollywood. What's good, man? All right, y'all. I guess we'll go about maybe 10 more minutes. We already been on here over an hour. I didn't know it had been that long. So I guess we'll do about 10 more minutes. That'll give us like an hour and a half. Then we'll cut out. T. White said, what's the Facebook group called? I'm going to send it to you, T. White. But T. White, you can actually just click that link that I dropped in the group a good bit of time. Just click that link. That'll take you right there. That's the easiest thing to do. Or just send me a friend request on Facebook, T. White. I'll put you in there. On Facebook, I'm just like my name, Toddy Jones. I'm sure I'm probably the only Toddy Jones on Facebook. I should be. So just type in Toddy Jones. You'll see my picture pop up. and just friend request me, and I'll put you in the group. Bradley Brown says, "Do you offer mentorship? I'm in the LA market." Yes, I do, Bradley. I do offer mentorship and coaching. You can actually email me for further information, and we can talk about it if you're interested in getting some coaching and mentoring. Just shoot me an email, man. I'll tell you how much I charge and everything you get with it, and we can make that happen if you like. You're welcome, T. White. JG says North Carolina here. Much continued success to you. Thank you, JG. I appreciate that. I just sent you the email address, Bradley. You're welcome. Okay, I'm about to set up some more y'all in the group. Appreciate y'all joining. Also, anybody watching, man, if anybody's good with graphic design, I'm gonna need like a Facebook banner for the group. So if anybody that's fire, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you just starting and you ain't real polished, not just yet. But if anybody's fire with the graphic design game, holla at me, man. I need a Facebook banner. So if you fire with your graphic designs, holla at me and let's see what we can, make happen. Joe Crack. Joe Crack. Like Fat Joe. What's good, Todd? Appreciate all your content. You got much love in Philly. Thank you, Joe Crack. I really appreciate it, man. Hopefully I can make it to Philly sometime next year, bro. I always want to go to Philly, man. Wholesaling houses under contract. Do I need a sub agent? No, you don't, Danny Evans. I never had any kind of sub agent. If you're a realtor, I don't really know what the rules are for a realtor, but I'm not a realtor, so no, I don't have any restrictions on myself. I know realtors. I know from what I know, realtors have what's called full disclosure, I think. So if you're a realtor, you may want to ask another realtor about that because I can't really speak on what realtors have to do, but I don't have to have any kind of sub agent or anything. JG says, how many deals have you completed this year? Just curious. Man, I don't even know right offhand, JG, but let me try to give you a good estimate, bro. I probably say at least probably 25 this year. I think that's a pretty good estimate that I'm giving you. Maybe give or take a few, but probably somewhere about 25. Realtor saying I can use her as a sub agent to submit offers to home buyers. It's always good to have a realtor on your team. Just like I was telling Wynn, who was my student when we was talking today, it's always good to have a realtor on your team. I'm actually gonna be closing on the deal. Probably it'll be before the end of this year, probably next week or the following week, but it'll be before the end of this year. I'm gonna close on a deal that I'm doing with my realtor here in my market. His name is actually coincidentally T. And T, like whenever I have a property that I really couldn't get the price as low as I wanted to get it in order to sell it quick and fast, I'll reach out to my realtor and I'll say, hey, T, I got this property. This is the address. This is the lockbox code. Go in there and do what you do for me. He'll go in there, he'll look at it, and he'll get on the phone. He'll call his people, and he'll bring a buyer to the table. And what we'll do, we'll just split it 50-50. Or sometimes, before I actually start marketing it, I may say, T, go look at that property and tell me where I need to be at with it. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? What do you think? He'll go in and say, well, Toddy, like you got, because T talk like real fast and everything. Like, you need to be in about 30-35 here. You need to be about 50-55 here. You need to be around 70 to 75 here. Or he'll say, ain't no investor gonna give you no more than 65 right in this neighborhood. Ain't no investor gonna pay you no more than 40 grand in this neighborhood. And he always give me like some real sound advice. So it's always good to have a realtor on your team. Because one thing about realtor, man, realtors, they know all the buyers, man. Even the normal active investors in your market, they even know different type of buyers. I remember one time I gave T a house to get a buyer for me, and he brought in somebody from Israel. I don't know nobody in Israel. I barely know people out the state of Georgia. But he brought in somebody from Israel, and they bought the house. So without having T on my team to help me get that house sold, maybe I don't get that house sold. So it's always good to have a realtor on your team. You're welcome, Bradley. All right, y'all, we got probably about 3 more minutes. So anybody got any more questions, comments, anything you want to say? Let's go ahead and get them out. Once again, everybody, please, it's Favor Friday. I don't ask for much. Y'all know I don't ask for much. I rarely ask for anything. But I am asking y'all to click that link, join our investor group. Please click the link, join the investor group, and let's make some big things happen in 2019, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna push the gas all the way to the floor in 2019. All gas, no brakes. You know what I'm saying? 2019. You know what I'm saying? Apex property buys in 2019. Everybody who looking at us, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna give them something to look at. Sorry, y'all. Normally, come on camera. Well, I normally put it. So it should stop in just a moment. Danny Evans says, you recommend telling a realtor I'm a wholesaler or that I represent investment company? Tell them you're a wholesaler. Be honest with them. You know, they shouldn't care. As long as y'all can make money together, be upfront and honest with them. Tell them what you do. You know what I'm saying? Most of them are going to probably figure it out anyway. That's what you're doing. You wholesaling. So just be upfront and honest with them. Try and tell us, or yeah, like Danny Evans say, The Life of Kivo. Try and tell us, or White Pages. I think they both do skip tracing. That's another one out there too. I just can't remember that name. I got it on my phone. Anybody know some good skip tracing companies that you can recommend to The Life of Kivo? Please drop them in the comments. You're welcome. REI Skip. I think that's the name of the one I was trying to think of. Thank you, Danny. Is there a way I can get free probate leads? Says Danny Evans. That's a great question, Danny. And yes, it is. Danny, you can actually go to the county clerk. You can actually go to the county courthouse and just ask them, just let them know, hey, you know, I want to look at let them know that you want to look at the probate records, and they'll tell you what the probate records are. You can actually pull up a chair. Just go right through all the probate leads. That's what I do sometimes. I just go to the county clerk, the county courthouse. Sometimes I sit in there for 2 or 3 hours. I'm just writing down probate leads. Just write them down. Blah, 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 blah. And see, these are public records. So you just go in there and tell them you want to look at the probate lead. If they ask why, just tell them you're doing research. That's it. Should have any problems. There's also some of those, some cities, some counties actually have their probate records online. So try that first. Try to Google your county and see if they have their leads online. You may could just sit right there at your house and do it. And if not, just go to the county courthouse. Joe Crack says, what do you think the most effective when it comes to marketing? Skip tracing, bandit signs, or mail campaign? For me, bandit signs. Out of those three, I would say bandit signs. Stephen Dakota says, hi, Jones. I live in Griffin, Georgia. Griffin in the building. I'm about 30, 40. No, I'm probably about 40 minutes south of you. What's going on, Griffin? TJ says, if anybody needs help with social media marketing for their properties, hit me up. TJ, are you a social media professional expert? Stephen Coda says, how do I know if I have a deal? Once you start doing it long enough, once you hear the how much the seller wants for the property, you'll know whether or not it's a deal. That's gonna come with experience. Sometimes it's as simple as saying, well, Mr. Freeman, how much you ask for the property? What price range are you trying to get this property sold for? And once they tell you the price, sometimes you'll know right then if it's a deal just by knowing the market. Danny Evans says, what do you recommend for someone working 9 to 5 who wants to set up a way to still take incoming calls? That's a good question there, brother. You can always like hire you a VA. You can go to a website called Upwork, UPWORK, Upwork.com. You can hire you a VA to take your calls, or you can use what's the name of that? CallRail, CALLRAIL. Go to CallRail and get some numbers and have your incoming calls go through CallRail. Well, they'll be answered through an automated system. You can always do that as well. Those are some good things to start with. In fact, I'm gonna drop a link to CallRail, and you can actually kind of maneuver through their website, at your own leisure. There's another one too that was real good, where they actually have live people who are especially trained in real estate to take your calls for you. It's kind of expensive though, but these are especially trained people that are especially trained in the real estate field to actually answer your calls and take them for you. I'm so sorry, I can't think of the name of that company. I've actually talked to them a couple times. Next time I do a live stream, I'll have that for you. I'm sorry I don't have it right now. TJ says, yes, he is a professional. He does SEO, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and Google ads if needed. TJ, make sure to join the Facebook group, TJ. In fact, TJ, send me a friend request on Facebook. My name is Toddy Jones. Maybe I can use your service also, because I really need help on SEO. I'm gonna try to step my game up as far as my with my website next year to get more leads coming through my website. Because all my website leads be great leads. I just don't get a whole lot of them. I don't get as many as I need to have coming through my website. So TJ, send me a friend request on Facebook, man, and we'll talk further about that. Do you see property? This comes from Danny Evans. Danny says, do you view the property when you estimate repairs, or just use the formula X times square foot? Both. I do both of them. Sometimes, you know what? Sometimes, and this gonna sound funny, Danny. Sometimes I don't even like literally and figuratively estimate repairs. Sometimes, depending on the property, sometimes if it's somewhere like in the country or something like that, sometimes I won't even truly estimate repairs. I'll just automatically know, like, look, I got to get this house under this amount in order for it to be sold. The repairs ain't gonna matter on this one. I just know I need to get it under $8,000 for me to make a deal happen. And sometimes that's what I do. Sometimes I don't even estimate repairs. I don't. Sometimes I don't even estimate repairs. Sometimes I just know a market. I just know that market in that area and how much people will buy for a 2-bed, 1-bath in this area. And if I know I can get it for, if the seller asking 14,000, but I know if I can get it under 8, I can get it sold. Sometimes that's what I do. Thomas Mewborn says, I'm in North Carolina. North Carolina in the building. And the city that I stay in was affected by Hurricane Florence. And I'm getting a lot of calls from flooded homeowners. I'm getting nice, cheap deals on. Oh, Thomas, man, that's, boy, take advantage of that while you can, dog. You know, if you get backed up, shoot some of them to your boy. Maybe we can work them together, Thomas. If you get backed up, your workload get, you know what I'm saying, you get flooded, shoot some of them leads to your boy. You know what I'm saying? I call someone. Expensive properties but having trouble finding a buyer. What part of North Carolina are you in, Thomas? I know a real strong wholesaler in North Carolina. He probably a millionaire by now, any younger than me. If he ain't a millionaire, he probably close to it. Easter. I never heard of Easter. All right, y'all. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap it up, man. We going on an hour and 40 minutes right now. I didn't mean to stay on this long. Before I go, guys, please make sure to click the link that I dropped in the comments. Join our investor group. Really looking forward to doing big things in the investor group. Learning, networking. You know, using strategies. You know, sharing strategies with each other, helping each other get property sold. So really looking forward to that. You know, I'll be doing live streams in the group, and even in the group, you know, when I start doing live streams in the group, I'll even have some of you guys come on a live stream with me as well. And you know, maybe moderate sometimes and maybe come and ask your questions on a live stream. So I'm really looking forward to it, guys. So please click on the link. And if you know someone else that's interested in real estate investing like we do it, or someone that's already doing real estate investing, make sure to add them to the group as well, you know. Thomas says, what's your email? I'll send you my deals. Cool, Thomas. I'm about to shoot it to you right now, partner. Dan Evans says, thanks. You're welcome. New Bern, North Carolina. How far is that from Charlotte, Thomas? And then everybody that's still in the group right now, before I log off, y'all, hit the like button for me, man. Let's at least give your boy 20 likes, man. I feel like an hour and 40 minutes deserves at least 20 likes, you know. So I'm only three likes away from getting 20. Go ahead and smash that like button for your boy, man. Hit the like button. Get the likes up to 20, man. Do your boy a huge favor. I dearly would appreciate it. I'm only asking y'all to like the video because that's what the algorithm on YouTube is. It operates based on likes. So hit the like button for you, boy, if you don't mind. I really, really, truly, really would appreciate it. 5 hours away. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Hey, it's been Trill. I'm about to check out. Go find me something to eat. Y'all hold it down. I'm gonna talk to y'all in the Facebook group. I'm being there late on the night. So everybody who done joined the group, we'll continue our combo in the Facebook group. Until then, until I'm back on YouTube, y'all be good. Y'all take care of each other. Let's see. You're welcome, Thomas. I got you, bro. Thank you, Walter De Niro. Tanya said, thanks, Tyler, for being so straight up. Team Tyler Jones all the way. Thank you so much, LaTanya. I really appreciate it. LaTanya, make sure you come in the group also. Make sure to click the link and join the group. I really appreciate y'all rocking with your boy, man. Y'all just don't not appreciate it, dog. Appreciate you, Tyler. Appreciate you watching Culligan TV. Thanks, Ty. You're welcome, Bradley. Hey, peace out, y'all.